What item under $50 drastically improved your life? It's a small thing, a closet rod installed above my washer/dryer, and extra hangers. Now clothes get taken out of the dryer and put on a hanger right away, rather than end up as a pile on the floor, or in a basket never to be properly put away. Shower rod. I always appreciate them in hotels, but never got one for home. Big hotel doesn't want you to. A cheap microwave and coffee maker for my work van. I have an inverter for my tools that I use to run them. Hot coffee and hot lunches make a huge difference, especially on bad days. A microwave in the winter is a game changer. Have one in my work truck, and it makes the whole day better to have a warm lunch when you've been freezing outside all day. You know what makes it even better? Hot cocoa. Instant hot cocoa. The kids stuff. People dismiss it as a kid's drink. Seriously, drink a cup on a cold day. It's godsend. My apartment has like zero counter space. In reality only a total of 5 feet spread through 3 areas next to the sink and stove. I spent like $15 on a 4-foot table. That now holds all my kitchen stuff like toaster, distiller, crock pot, and instant pot. It has just enough room for all that. Edit. Thanks for the awards. Since it is a common question, the distiller is for purifying water. It boils water, then collects the steam and condenses it back to water in a pot on the side. It is the exact same process as how to make stronger alcohol, but this is a higher temperature, so it leaves behind solids that I clean out once a week. I like pure water and I get all my minerals from my foods. I enjoy cooking, so I choose menu items that get all my minerals. I'm a big fan of baking racks for making use of kitchen space. 11-pound capacity digital kitchen scale. For baking, cooking and correctly identifying portion sizes. It has changed the way I bake. No more trying to make the measuring cup level, or worrying about the compactness of my flour. I even buy the large block of butter instead of the more expensive 1/2 cup sticks, because I can just weigh it out. Just put the mixing bowl on the scale and tear after each ingredient. Edit for the butter. Yes, ours have marking too, but the wrapper isn't always aligned to the edge of the stick, and on the big blocks it can be hard to cut vertically to get an accurate amount. Is it a US thing to not have a scale? I've never been to a household without a scale. European here. A rubber bristled broom. I have 2 dogs and 2 cats, and my house is all hardwood and tile. A regular broom just sends the fur floating everywhere, but my rubber broom keeps it all nice and tidy and easy to pick up. It works on my area rug and upholstered furniture too. I didn't know they made those. I have an Alaskan Malamute, so I may have to try that out. Shower chair. I've got a fucked up back, and I initially got it for that, but even if my back was fine I'd still have one. They're so useful. If you shave your legs, you won't regret it. Hot water bottle. I live in cold Scandinavia and have chronic pain. It gets used pretty much all year around. Fluffy duvet covers. My bed was always cold, but now it's not. 12 for single, 15 for double. A rice cooker and electric kettle. I used to sometimes eat rice and drink tea. I now eat rice and drink tea all the time. In England, you'd be seen as a weirdo if you didn't have an electric kettle, lol. This comment really baffled me as a British, but everyone has a kettle as standard. It's like having a fridge. Gonna sound silly, but a good set of 3 different sized stainless steel whisks. You would not believe how much easier making sauces and eggs are with these. Also a whiteboard to keep on the fridge. Makes it easier to note down what you are low on or out of. Edit. Also, a weighted blanket. Reduced my nighttime anxiety attacks by a lot. People are asking, so the blanket is tranquility, cool to the touch, 20 pounds, and the whisks are Mainstays brand. Earplugs. They saved my final exams in high school when my sister and her 1, 5 and 3-year kids tornadoed through the whole house. I play some music super low on my earbuds and then wear my shooting ear protection over them. I can't hear shit and instantly focused. Saved me every time I took an exam last semester at my noisy parents' house. Man, I know we've been going through this pandemic together and all, but it's still surreal for me to read about people taking exams at home. A wake up light alarm clock. The light turns on gradually and wakes you up gradually rather than waking up to obnoxious beeping. Makes the start of my day more positive. What kind do you have? I've been wanting one of these for ages. Weighted blanket and or a good pillow. Your sleep quality will improve. Being well rested has to be one of the few good things to happen to me in 2020. I had a weighted blanket for years. It was my cat on top of the blanket. You just connected my dots, friend. My cats both died this past summer after more than a decade of night snuggles. I bought a weighted blanket as a gift for someone who didn't want it many months later and used it myself, and it felt so familiar. I didn't realize why until your comment. It made me feel very comforted to make the connection, so thank you, sincerely, for sharing today. My $9 pill organizer. Friends have laughed at me because it seems like an old people thing. But I finally managed to stick to my meds, yes. Ironically, my ADHD is so bad I couldn't even get that done. To me this was a real life changer. Bonus points. I'm the only one who knows which day it is during the pandemic. I have ADHD as well, and I would always forget if I took my pills yet or not, even with a pill organizer. Recently I got a container that has a timer on it that starts when you close it, so I now know how long it's been since I took a pill last. 3-meter long charging cable. I got a 10 feet USB extension cable to a friend who was recovering from surgery at a hospital. He told me that was the best present he ever got. His words, in my life. I've spent months hospitalized before, and while there are many outlets behind the bed and around the room, they're all just barely out of reach of your average 3-foot cable that comes with your phone. Being in the hospital is really boring. You'll be surprised how quickly you can kill your phone's battery. Then you have to ask a nurse to plug it in for you and twiddle your thumbs for 2 hours while it charges. Over on a table out of reach. If you're lucky you can time it right so you start charging right when you get some morphine and can take a dope nap. A long cable is amazing. Battery pack to charge your phone. We've all been in situations where having your phone on is super important, and not having to be tied to an outlet is even better. A butter dish / butter tray. Room temp butter always available. No more ducking with trying to spread hard butter out of the fridge. A heated blanket. Don't know how I ever survived winters before this. Same. Saves putting the heating on for the whole house when all you want is for your bed not to be ice cold in the evening. My bedroom is in the attic and it gets cold. Due to how stuff is wired, the heating in my room only goes on when it's cold downstairs. But since it doesn't get that cold downstairs, my heating never starts up. This has saved me so much cold nights curled up in a ball at night trying to warm up. It's amazing. Something called the helping hand. It's basically a litter picker, which was actually invented for the disabled BTW. I'm disabled and a wheelchair user. My occupational therapist gave me this years ago to help me get things out of high up kitchen cupboards, etc. I still have it, and it has been a life changer. A coffee grinder. Buying whole beans and grinding them yourself gives infinitely better coffee than buying pre-ground. I bought my parents a $70 coffee grinder for Christmas, and it has made their coffee worlds better. For a while there the coffee tasted just awful, especially when my mom was mixing decaf with caffeinated beans. Rain-X. If there is one product I would sell door to door, this is it. Please don't let it come to that. My dad had a whole dad routine for his car before every road trip, and we took a lot of them. Head get it detailed, get a whole inspection, tires rotated, etc. But the one thing that made him the most dad excited was the Rain-X. Every time it rained, he just beamed with pride. Yes, yes, yes. A non-stick electric griddle. You can cook a bunch of stuff on that thing. Edit, adding to the list. A coffee maker and a knockoff Yeti tumbler. You can save a crap ton of money that way. I enjoy having breakfast in bed. I like waking up to the smell of bacon. Sue me. And since I don't have a butler, I have to do it myself. So, most nights before I go to bed, I will lay 6 strips of bacon out on my George Foreman grill. Then I go to sleep. When I wake up, I plug in the grill. I go back to sleep again. Then I wake up to the smell of crackling bacon. It is delicious. It's good for me. It's a perfect way to start the day. Pocket/Swiss Army knife or multi-tool. I have two that I keep on my at all times and use them pretty much daily. I recently got a Swiss Army knife and it made me feel weirdly happy. For some reason, you probably know the feeling. I must say, though, I've only really been using the blade to cut open the thousands of parcels which seem to get delivered every day due to the wife's online purchasing. I haven't really used it for anything else. What sort of things do you use it for? That's a long list, so I'ma just use my top 3. Packages. Computers. I have a nightmare PC. Constantly replacing components. And food. Electric toothbrush. This one mechanical pencil that I bought in high school or earlier. I'll graduate college soon, which means I've been writing with the same pencil for somewhat 10 years. It fits perfectly between my fingers. I've kept a traditional diary since I was a kid, and it has become more and more important since hardly anything requires paper and a pencil today. So many memories from the happiest moments to the absolute worst have been written down using this pencil. I have a few other pencils as well, but they don't feel right and eventually I'll put them away and return to my old friend. What's the brand? I wanna buy one. Balagraphondo Classic. I just googled it and found an online shop. You should definitely buy one. About 20 years ago I bought a 3 VHS tape set that showed me this guy, Sepp Holzer, doing pond and gardens and raising animals in a way far better than I imagined. It has been the core of my life ever since. Sepp is great. Check out Ediblikas on YouTube. I've learned so many of my gardening/growing techniques from him. I describe it as lazy and ecological. I've watched heaps of Ediblikas vids. Good call. A $1 corkscrew that I keep in my car. The amount of times I have been the hero because of this you wouldn't believe. The amount of times I've been bombing down the highway and realized my damn wine bottle isn't a screw top. It's hard to notice this shit when you're stoned. Sheet suspenders. I toss and turn a lot and would have to fix the fitted sheet every morning. Have you a photo of this so I can understand what you mean? Sounds handy. In my uni house of 4 long-haired girls, we had a sieve type thing that went over the plug hole which still let water through but caught all the hair to stop it from clogging the drain. Yeah, that definitely cost a lot less than a plumber or us losing our deposit. Eater, thank you for the drain snake recommendations. However, and unfortunately, I can guarantee that having one of these would result in me being chased around the house by my roommate brandishing a foot-long plastic tentacle with 2 months worth of hair, period blood and bath bomb lumped onto the end of it, and I would not like to experience that. Tub shroom saved my shitty apartment drain a while back. A million upvotes for tub shroom. Shoe inserts. $2 has never made such a huge impact for my personal daily comfort. Bedsheet personal massager. I've had it over a year and it's still working fantastically. Panera Bread Caesar salad dressing. My so enjoys eating salads now. Lettuce spinner. Say goodbye to soggy salads. Houseplants, because having other living things inside brings joy into my life. Rope hamper basket. We use a large one for our compost clothes. The clothes that have been worn already, but aren't dirty enough to wash, and aren't clean enough to fold and put away. This prevents clothes from building up all over the bedroom floor, porch hammock, to leisurely enjoy outside. This list gives me a very clear mental image of your lifestyle, and I must say I approve. Edit. Thank you for the gold award. A bidet. No more itchy. Bernie stinky butt. 80% reduction in toilet paper. Why did it take me so long to get one? I got an electric bidet right at the start of the pandemic, which ended up being huge because I have been working from home since March. I wanted an electric one for the warm water, but the real MVP is a heated seat. I'm in shock now if I sit on our other toilet because of how cold it is. There's actually a night light in it too, which is great for when I wake at night to go pee. I got a non-electric one. The cold water was invigorating at first, but now I'm used to it. I can imagine warm water would be nice, though. The bidet really is a game changer. That, along with my squatty potty, makes my toilet feel like a throne. 2 items. A weighted blanket. They vary in price depending on the type/size/material you get. It drastically improved my sleep and it works wonders for people with insomnia, depression, anxiety, and nightmares/terrors. Also, a satin sleep mask. If you have a source of light in your room that you can't get rid of, a sleep mask will block it out and make you sleep better. Seconding the sleep mask. Worth trying even if you think your room is dark enough. They're cheap, and anything that improves sleep quality by even 1% is totally worth it. I tried a sleep mask. I hated the trapped feeling of having something on my eyes, so it took me longer to get to sleep. Every morning I'd wake up and find it on the other side of the room with no idea how it got there. They're not for everyone, says me, about to fall asleep with glasses on and snuggled up under a weighted blanket. Sleep is strange. A whiteboard. Get your life in order. Semi-structured is best. I'm a teacher. A portable scanner. No need to find a photocopier. Spend time photocopying. Haul paper around and archive it. Straight to a memory card. Quick transfer to the computer. So much time saved. Edit. Many thanks for the suggestions of alternatives. I also have cam scanner, but I prefer my portable scanner because it is not vulnerable to hand wobble, orientation mishaps and poor lighting conditions. It gives a pure well-lit well-oriented scan every time. Plus it switches between JPG/PDF and high low quality at the press of a button. A decent pen. I don't understand how people go through life with crappy pens. I went through a spurt in my life where I started to get picky about pens, except I had no money. So I basically just bought all the cheap pens I could at Staples and figured out which one I liked the most. I've continued to buy those pens to this day. Edit. It was the Pilot Acro Ball. Sorry it took so long. I tend to tear off the clips, so I had to Google around for the name. Thank you for watching. We hope you enjoyed this video. Please subscribe for more videos.